the other one? You're done. For who? Who got the boost? You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Why are you running, dude? Cause you're getting melted? You're getting melted?
Alright, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to be showing you my God tier LMG that works pretty much for PvP and PvE. I've been working on it since the last patch, but for the new patch I definitely think this is worth in Conflict, Dark Zone. I have to try it out, but it has amazing results. Not completely optimized, but I'm going to get right into it. So basically, the things that I'm going to show you that you guys definitely need to have on this build is two things. One, you need the chatterbox. The chatterbox is still viable in this update. I have it at 290 because I don't have another exotic I could get for components, but what you want to do is if you guys want to craft this higher, or if you do have a 500 gear score chatterbox, amazing on you guys. Otherwise for PvP it doesn't really make a difference. Gear score isn't that incredible when it comes to certain weapons. So the only reason why you're going to be using this for talent Blabbermouth, while holster you're reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after kill, grants 20% rate of fire for 10 seconds, which is amazing. You definitely need that on you. Second thing you guys are going to need. Now in the first patch, if you guys have, I'm going to say this real quick, this is a variation of Erotic's LMG build. I've been watching his build and I've been making it my own for a while. In the past, what I was using before was the Black Market M60 E60, which is amazing, but I like that gun. However, it was not optimizable to the point where I have my military MK46. So if you guys can get your hand on this weapon, it's amazing. The reason why, because higher gear score allows higher damage. Right now, you guys can see I have 23.2 thousand damage on this, which is amazing, in 633 rounds per minute. That's because of my modifications and the Blabbermouth, which does a lot more as well, and then 100 magazine size, which is amazing. Talents you definitely are going to need on this is Unhinged and Allegro, and your third is whatever you guys choose. I have Recharge, but I like Recharge. It just helps me out with basically my ammo charges when it comes to my skills, but I really don't need it. That's more of a PvE type thing. But Allegro for that 10% rate of fire, which definitely helps out on LMGs, and then 25% damage at the rate of negative 30% weapon handling. I do play on PC, but I use a controller. Sometimes I use my mouse. If you guys are using PC or controller, you definitely can go with Unhinged. You can go without that extra basically modification of losing on that stability or weapon handling. You guys definitely can go without that. So if you guys can get your hand on military MK46, it's definitely viable. I will go right into the mods that I have right now. I don't have that sight that basically gives you a little bit more crit, I think, damage or hit range that you got to grind out. However, I'm using a reflex sight, 20% critical range, and then I am using a nimble link belt for rate of fire. What in that this new patch that I like is that we don't have negatives anymore for attachments, which is amazing. You could go with reload speed, that's up to you guys. I'd rather have a little bit more rate of fire. That's just up to me, however you guys want to play. I have my small laser point, which is 7% critical hit chance. You guys can go whatever you want. Like I said, reload speed, stability, up to you. I just like a little bit more critical hit chance with the LMG, which comes with the demolitionist specialty. And then I also have my 20% stability. Now the negative of 10% optimal range, that's fine. I don't care about the range too much. 10 to 60 meters of critical strike range is fine from long range. But so the Omega 5.56 rifle suppressor, I think you have to craft that one, but it definitely works for this LMG. So if you guys can get your hand on those two weapons, it's incredible. Sidearm, whatever you guys want to have, I just kind of switch around. But the reason why I have this one is for while holster, you are able to resist one ensnare effect. When you do, you remain immune for 5 seconds, can occur once every 60 seconds. I tend to like have something with 10% bonus armor, so protected reload is definitely good to have. Up to you guys once again. So for the mask, we're rocking Wyvern, wear Maximum, yeah, Respirator. So I'm getting that Wyvern wear for that 7% critical hit damage. The way I modified it is for critical hit chance 4% and health. You definitely want health on the mask and maybe a red on the mask as well. So you guys can switch it up however you want. Also, we're definitely still using the Gilligard. I'm looking for a higher level 1. There's other options here as well, but you definitely want to have a Gilligard. Mine just came with 6,000 health, and I upgraded the weapon damage to 5.5%. And then we also have some bonus armor of 6,000. You definitely want to have blues on your chest and maybe one red. Now the talent you definitely don't want to have is Unstoppable Force. Killing an enemy grants 2% weapon damage for every 10,000% max armor. That's why you definitely want to stack as much armor as you can. As you guys can see, the mods I have on it is basically Defense Protocol mod. You have a little bit of health, and then a utility mod, some skill power in there, and defense system mod, some bonus armor. Armor and kill definitely helps out in PvE as well as PvP, and total armor 2.5%. So those are what I'm running on the chest. I am running a Araldi Holdings Hera Pouch Holster combo. The reason why I'm using this one is because it has critical hit damage. I used to have it where it was critical hit chance, but I found this one. I decided to go with critical hit damage just because of the talent that I'm modded, which was 5% weapon damage. Devastating is a must. I'll show you guys why in a second. It really helps out with PvE more so because normalizing specs aren't the greatest, but on it you guys definitely want to get an LMG critical hit chance as far as mods, weapon damage. I wish I didn't have assault rifle on there. I wish I had something else, but I'll be looking for further things in the future. And then next for knee pads, we have the Dingson protective pads, Overload armaments. So I have 10% rifle damage, but the reason why I went with the Overload armaments is just for that 7.5% total armor that you get in there. Then I just basically modified my armor on the knee pads. You definitely want armor on the knee pads for bonus armor modified of 8,236, which definitely boosts my armor. You guys can get whatever talent you guys want. I just have for damaging to elites on PvP, not really viable. I wish I had patience. If I could switch out patience after being in cover for 3 seconds, armor repairs by 5%. You guys definitely, if you find that, if you have the chance to put it on it, if you can, that'd be amazing. I wish I had that on it. As you can see, like I said, my gear score isn't the highest on it, but this is just all work in progress. Overload armaments, once again, Neptune protection gloves. What you guys want to have in here is definitely LMG damage. Once again, I have devastation or devastating. You guys can have critical hit damage or critical hit chance, up to you guys, but you definitely want to have something that's more offensive when it comes to talent. So I have devastating on it, which is another 5% weapon damage. And then attributes, we have LMG damage modified. I have that as 6. I have another one that has about 9, so maybe we could get that to 7, but scaling doesn't really work. I think there's a cap around 5 or 6. And then pistol damage, I wish I could switch that out. So then for my backpack, I have support weapons bag, Petrov or Petrov defense group. So the reason why you want to have at least one of your sets somewhere in there, you want to have a Petrov defense just for the LMG damage, which is 10% that you get. So attributes, I have cooldown reduction, which is 9, weapon damage 4.5, which I modified critical hit chance, but the armor definitely works on there as well, 4,000. On the ropes, I'm not going to really proc that at all. I wish I had maybe vital or efficient. If you guys can get efficient or you can move it in there somehow, that's definitely beneficial. So patience and efficient definitely will help you guys out a lot in the long run. That's up to you guys how you want to go about that. So like I said, and then when I'm basically running around in PvP and stuff, I like to use the defense drone just because you want to proc that in the beginning of the fight. A lot of people are using it in PvP. PvE, I still use it myself. that, or a switch over to the Hive, and I'll use the stability one, which basically gives you that movement speed, skill, haste, and weapon handling. If you're using an LMG, it's amazing. PvP, it could be good too if somebody's running it, but you definitely want to have a defense drone. And then I also have a chem launcher, which I have a reinforcer on, which definitely you're going to be using those. It's going to help out your team. If you're using LMG, you're definitely going to want to be having yourself healed up a lot. Sometimes I run around a corner, drop it down in the middle of a fight, so I'm healing myself, and I have the defense drone up so that I'm constantly getting my health and deflecting damage for a split amount of time. So the reason why this all works together is because unhinged, you got that 25% damage and then Allegro fire rate. If you basically throw that on top of blabbermouth, if you kill somebody, so then you get 20% rate of fire, already doing 23.2 damage. And then if you stack that on top of killing an enemy grants 2% weapon damage for every 10% max armor, you're doing some serious damage in a short amount of time. Now you guys could also go, I don't actually think it works, Berserk. Yeah, I was gonna say Berserk, but Berserk doesn't work for LMGs. So it's up to you guys how you want to build it. That's just my build. I'll show you basically my stats right now. I wish I had a little bit more armor, but everything is pretty much working right now. I wish I didn't have capacitive, but I do. All these weapons and talents definitely go correlation to each other. As you guys can see, weapon damage right now is 23,241. Critical hit chance, not that high, but you guys can always fit it to your needs. 46% critical hit damage and 67 headshot damage. Wish I had a little bit more headshot damage. Now we go to offense. 47.5 all weapons damage bonus, which is incredible. And then 31 LMG damage bonus, which is even more amazing. So you can see that we're putting out a lot of damage for an LMG that's shooting pretty fast. I mean, it's not going to be as fast. SMGs are still working really great in this game, but even if I toggle the normalized settings, you still have a decent amount of armor and health. And you guys are only really coming down to 11,000 damage, weapon damage in PvP, and then you still have that 31 and 46 armor. So your armor is definitely going to take a hit. That's just normalization. But if you guys are doing Dark Zone, I think not the normalized ones, just the regular ones, you guys are going to do some serious damage. With normalized settings, I'll show you what everything is. So it's 11.1 damage, and then still the same RPMs and everything. You're going to sacrifice a lot, but that's just how it comes. You guys definitely want to have Demolitionist, and the reason why I'll move over to Demolitionist, I wish I had the perks. I think it's Devastating, that allows you to throw a grenade, does more damage. However, if you guys are going to go that route, definitely go with the regular concussion grenade. You're going to be doing a lot more damage, I believe. You're going to be doing a lot more damage than the one that actually makes them bleed. Demolitionist, obviously you get a couple things here. The main one we're going to be talking about right here is the 15% increased light machine gun damage, which is only spec'd for Demolitionist builds or specialization. Then you also get that small laser pointer that doesn't have the negative anymore, which is definitely incredible. So let's see what else we got here. 25% explosive damage definitely helps you guys out. Armor kit, so this is definitely one that I use a lot. Armor kit repair 70% damage and boost weapon handling by 100% for 15 seconds. On completion, an additional 30% repair occurs. So X stat armor kit supplementary is definitely something to have. All these other stats you don't really have to worry about, but this one, group members gain 5% damage to targets out of cover, and their explosions can occur, trigger once every 60 seconds, so brace for impact, and demolition tactical link is pretty incredible. Reduce the chance you are critically hit conflict by 20%. Vital protection is definitely good. I was running it in the previous version before this new patch just because it helps out with the LMG, or I'm sorry, the SMG users and their builds. And then you also have crisis response. When an armor is reduced to 0% or 0, refills all main weapon ammo. So if you lose all your armor and you're in the middle of the fight, you don't have to reload. If you especially have those buffs and stuff, it definitely helps out a little bit if you pop down a heal just before you're about to die. As you guys can see some of my videos, I don't have high enough armor to sustain myself when my drone goes down. I wish you can make it a little bit more tanky, but like I said, this build isn't fully optimized yet. Like I said, it's not 446. As you can see, I have more weapons. Technically, I'm like 469, somewhere around there. But you guys definitely want to have the chatterbox upgrade that to 500 or whatever it drops for you. So that's pretty much what's going on the build. I'm going to show you just pretty much the damage. I don't put it all in paper. It makes sense, but I have for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed that video or this, and if you want to see more progress on this LMG build, I'm trying to work on an assault rifle build right now. Then you guys know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those fun things. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can basically make this build better that you guys come across as LMG users, let me know. I definitely would like to try it out. And you guys could always add me on PC. I play this game all pretty much the time. I have like 100, 200 probably something hours so far. So that's pretty much my God LMG build. That's pretty much what I'm going to be using in PvP and PvE most of the time. So my name is SpookieSTL. I'll see you guys later, and I'll see you all in the dark zone, or if not in conflict. So have a great day, guys.
Oh, let's go, baby. I don't know who else I killed there. Oh, I got 3?